Hello my friends, and welcome to a brand new camera comparison between the brand new iPhone 14 against its biggest rival, the Samsung Galaxy S22. Right now we are recording at 4K at 30 frames per second, and tell me in the comment section below which one do you think has a better audio, which one has better colors and better stabilization. Before we start reviewing samples from their main cameras, I just wanted to let you know that every daylight picture is taken in auto mode without adjusting any of the settings. Photographic styles haven't been touched on the iPhone, and Scene Optimizer has been left enabled on the Galaxy. When we look at these samples side by side, it is right away noticeable that they are both really good. The iPhone is slightly warmer, while the S22 has a cooler tone to it. And in this particular case I prefer the Galaxy since the trees are more visible. The iPhone 14 makes a comeback in the next scene, by offering us a brighter and overall more pleasing image. The S22 is also very good, but I prefer the colors of the iPhone. I noticed that in most of the samples the iPhone was actually brighter compared to the Galaxy, and this was a surprise for me since Samsung phones did always produce brighter images. It is nice to see Apple improving on this. In some other samples like this one, it was actually the S22 the one with a more pleasing image, and even though the iPhone is also really good, I prefer the Galaxy. This just shows that these phones are neck and neck, and the winner changes by every scene. With their ultra-wide cameras, both continue to take amazing pictures. It is also nice to see that neither of them change the colors of their main cameras. As for brightness, it seems that the S22 is just so slightly brighter, but the difference isn't that noticeable. While in the previous scene the Galaxy was cooler and the iPhone had warmer colors, in this next scene we have opposite results. And even though both are really good, I just like how the S22 did utilize this picture. The iPhone once again makes another comeback in this next scene, and I really prefer it over the Galaxy. Dynamic range seems to be really good on both devices, so no complaints here. Even though both phones have some of the best ultra-wide cameras in the market, for these daylight pictures I like the one found on the iPhone just a little bit more. Looking at this example, the S22 is brighter and has nice colors overall, but the iPhone has a style to it, and it kind of looks better. The S22 on the other hand is a clear winner when it comes to zoom. That's because it has a dedicated 3x telephoto camera, while the iPhone 14 doesn't have a telephoto camera at all. The difference between optical and digital zoom is quite noticeable. While the S22 picture is sharp and bright, the iPhone 14 picture is darker and sharpness is obviously lost. When taking portrait shots, in my eyes the iPhone 14 is just amazing. While the S22 does also a really good job, it just can't match the quality of the iPhone 14. She looks much better on the iPhone. The S22 has an advantage since it can also take portraits with its telephoto camera, and while it is nice to have options, it still isn't as good as the iPhone. If you look up closely, the Galaxy has messed up her hair quite a lot. Another area where the iPhone ranks higher compared to the Galaxy is with its front camera. I know that many people will say to me you are an Apple fan, but just look at these pictures. I really like how this picture turned out on the iPhone, while on the Galaxy I don't like my skin color at all. Honestly speaking, the front camera of the iPhone 14 has been improved quite a bit compared to before, and it definitely takes better selfies compared to the S22. On the Galaxy, my face, my hair and my beard are darker, while they are original on the iPhone 14. Even with panorama samples, the iPhone seems to be doing a much better job. If you look at these parts of the picture, the Samsung has blown out the highlights, while they are perfectly preserved on the iPhone 14. When recording with their main cameras, they are both really good. Stabilization is amazing and the colors don't differ from each other that much. iPhones have always been amazing for video recording, and it is nice to see that Samsung is giving them some competition. Even with their ultra-wide cameras, the S22 is actually very good, and it does compare with the iPhone, but at the end of the day, the iPhone seems to be just so slightly better. At 3x, just as expected, the S22 is much sharper, but when recording with this lens it kind of lagged when I started to walk. Moving to low light, and from now on every picture is taken with night mode enabled. With their front cameras, both are really good in this case. I am especially impressed with the iPhone 14, because the S22 was already great for taking night pictures. When shooting against the light, it seems that the iPhone is actually better. My face is brighter and much more accurate compared to the S22. The iPhone 14 has improved quite a bit compared to previous iPhones. Switching to the main cameras, and guys, the iPhone is just amazing. Its picture here is brighter and much sharper compared to the Galaxy. Just look when we crop in, how much more detailed is the picture of the iPhone. The Galaxy on the other hand is very blurry. In some other cases like this one for example, I did prefer the colors of the S22, but the iPhone once again continues to produce sharper pictures. A regular user would probably pick the picture of the Galaxy. The results however moved back and forth, and in some cases like this one they were almost identical, and I am really happy that both these devices deliver amazing pictures. The iPhone 14 has improved a lot compared to its predecessors when it comes to light reflections, but in my eyes in some samples it is still behind the Galaxy. Look at these light bulbs for example. They are perfectly preserved on the S22, while they are blown out on the iPhone. This wasn't always the case however, since sometimes the iPhone was actually better than the Samsung when it comes to light reflections. Here in this case it looks that the iPhone is better. I do also like the fact that iPhones don't turn the night into a day when using night mode. With their ultra-wide cameras, the Galaxy continues to be brighter. But just look for yourself and tell me which picture would you pick. Personally, I would go for the iPhone 14 since it is actually handling lights much better. It wouldn't however be a camera comparison if only one phone would always win. And in this next case it was actually the S22 with a better picture. The iPhone is now brighter, but the Galaxy is better utilized. Also in this next scene the S22 is better in almost everything. Just look at the pool. You can see its bottom perfectly on the Galaxy, while on the iPhone it looks like it is painted. Overall, with their ultra-wide cameras, both of them showed some good results in low light, and while the Galaxy was already really good, it is nice to see the improvements made on the iPhone 14. At 3x there is no competition at all, and the Galaxy is a lot better. The iPhone picture has a lot of noise, while the S22 is sharper and overall more pleasing. Credits to Samsung for giving us a telephoto camera even with its vanilla model. Well, if you want a telephoto camera on your iPhone, you have to spend more and get the 14 Pro or last year's 13 Pro, which itself costs more than the S22. Just like in daylight, even in low light, the iPhone 14 does an incredible job with portraits. As you can see, her face is sharper on the iPhone, while she looks very soft on the Galaxy. So portraits overall are better on the iPhone 14. So guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below which one was your winner. And if you did enjoy this video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this.